Today you're going to be working on the first of your Egypt notes. You'll notice that this assignment on Google Classroom does not have a due date. That is because we're going to be using this Google Doc for our Ancient Egypt notes throughout the whole Egypt unit. That means not only today are we going to be taking notes about ancient Egypt and Egypt's geography, but we're going to come back to add notes to this document when we talk about Egypt's government and Egypt's religion and Egypt's social classes. So this is something that we're going to continue to add on to. But for today, you're going to start this document. I've given you all a copy of Ancient Egypt Notes. When you open those notes, you're going to see the title and the first heading are already there set up for you. These notes are all going to be about ancient Egypt, but the first set of notes are going to be specifically about Egypt's geography. When you read it today, in the directions, it tells you that you'll be reading pages 144 to 146 in the My World History book. There it is. And this section is called Egypt Under the Pharaohs. The first few pages gives an introduction to ancient Egypt by talking about the Nile River Valley. 144 and 145 have the most information about the geography of ancient Egypt, and then when I go over to 146, it does have a little bit more information about how the flooding impacted the civilizations and the first people who lived there. On 144 and 145, you're going to see two highlighted vocabulary words, cataracts and delta. Those are two of the notes that you should have in your Google Doc. But you're also going to add more information besides just the vocabulary words. Tell me a little bit about what you've read when you are going through these two pages. My suggestion to you is to stop after every couple of paragraphs and think, is there something important in this section that I should write down to save for later? Your notes are only bullet points. They do not have to be complete sentences. And you're going to find things about the Nile River, but you're also going to find some things about the surrounding land as well. You might add notes about the Sahara Desert. You might add notes about Upper and Lower Egypt and why they have those names. And in 145, it talks about how there was a part of land called the Black Land, a part of the land called the Red Land, and why they were named that way. You might include those in your notes as well. Overall, in the directions, it says have at least 5 or more notes. I think you'll probably get closer to 6 or 7 because these pages are filled with good information about the Nile River and ancient Egypt. You'll be able to take some notes from this section. If you can't get the social studies book to load, or if you have any other troubles, please just send me an email and I'll be able to help you out with that. Because this is something that we are going to continue to work on, when you're finished your notes for today, you do not have to click turn in. We are going to come back and add more to this later as well.